right, people, we're live. Look who's back.
Yeah, with a better camera angle.
Yeah, I was gonna. So you got the camera angle a little different. You turned it up. You're a little further back.
No, it's just not like all the way. I'm gonna have to hold it because I saw it the other day and I'm like, I don't want to watch that again.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it kind of like made you look a little like saggy, right, or something like that.
Right, man. It looked like I had man boobs, dude.
Yeah, maybe the shirt or definitely the angle, because like you don't look like that now, and you know. I'm not gonna say that to you. You know, right now. So right now, actually, I'm hiding out because my cleaning lady's here. So I'm actually laying back because I'm hiding. Like the only time I hide in my own house is the cleaning lady's here. She's downstairs. I'm upstairs, Jay.
Gotcha.
So I'm in a different spot. The background's still working though. Anyway, so we got 274. I've been fired up all week, Jay. I've been getting the shenanigans all week. I don't know why, but I'm fired up.
I'm fired up for this. I mean, man, I'm just this is crazy. This whole situation is crazy on what's going on right now.
You're talking about Oliveira missing weight and getting stripped.
Yeah, Oliveira missed weight by a half pound, and that's an automatic strip.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's just, I mean, and we were talking before the show. I can't remember the last time, the belt holder actually lost weight. Now I know you mentioned Figueiredo, but Figueiredo they both were fighting for a vacant title.
Right. I feel like the challenger misses weight more than the champion, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't remember the champion missing weight too often, but Figueroa did. He had to beat Benavidez down twice. We talked about.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that just throws a big wrench into things. You know what I mean? It's like, is Oliveira still even going to fight? Why? I couldn't imagine losing your belt and still having to fight.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, he wants to get paid though, right? Like, I guess if these guys made as much as the boxers, we're talking about like the boxing champions, like Andre Ward might not fight because what's the point? You know, why take the damage if you're gonna have to refight the guy? So if he wins, he'll have to refight him if they give him the opportunity. Who knows with the UFC, right? If he loses, Gaethje will have the belt, and that'll be that.
Well, Gaethje has to win to get the belt. If Gaethje doesn't win, the title is just vacated.
Right, and then if it's vacated, if Oliveira wins and it's vacated, Oliveira probably has to fight. If it's close, fight Gaethje or fight. We said you thinking Chandler if he wins. What are you thinking?
See, and that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if I were the UFC and if I was Oliveira, I mean, I don't think they would make Gaethje and Chandler the rematch for the belt, and but it's unprecedented. It's just something you don't see too often. Like I said, I can't remember the last time a belt holder in the UFC didn't make weight.
And a pros pro like Oliveira, who this isn't a guy who this is a pros pro. Like he always win or lose, he's been in the UFC for a long time because he's just a pro. It's like a weird thing for him to do. But like I told you when we were off air. He looks so big at the beach with his mom. I don't know when that was from. I feel like he looks bigger. Like I don't know what's going on. He looked big walking around. So I know Connor looks big walking around. Like Dustin Poirier looks huge on some Twitter stuff right now. Like you seen him?
Yeah, Dustin Poirier when he goes in the fight camp, that man's got a belly. He's like Patty.
Yeah,
like they put the weight on. I mean, and like I told you, the moment Oliveira missed weight, the biggest winner in this probably Connor. He's cutting weight right now. Yeah, he's already starting to cut weight. As soon as Oliveira missed by half a pound, Connor started cutting weight because.
Yeah. Hey, so we got Cage My IQ in the house. What's up, Cage? Yeah. So
what's up, Daniel?
Yeah. So we're gonna run through this. So let's go through this. So first of all, what round do you think Kayla Harrison wins in tonight? 1?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1.
Okay. And then what about the Bellator tonight? The two main fights we got Bader versus Chet Congo. What do you got there?
Man, that's a tough one. Bader is finally fighting for his belt. How long has it been? 3 years?
Long since time. He's fought
yeah. I'm going to say Bader.
Okay.
But Chet Congo has looked good in his past few fights, man. It would be crazy if Chet Congo won.
So I got Congo winning, everybody. I know D-Bakes has Bader by KO. I mean, this is an old man fight. And then what's the second fight on that card? What's the is it, who is it?
Like my mind is so scrambled with this whole Oliveira thing right now. It's going through my, you know, going through my mind. I can't even think of what the. That's just it's insane, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Anthony Pettis doesn't get hurt tonight. You know, Anthony in the last couple fights in the PFL, I've seen him take like 80% of strikes to the head or something. I forgot the one boxer that beat him up in the PFL.
Yeah, Clay Collard.
Yeah,
Clay Collard's a beast, man.
Yeah, but he hit him with like 80%. Like it was almost like higher than like Mark Price's free throw percentage. You know what I mean? Like it was like, and this is like fighting. Like you cannot get punched in the head at that rate and survive like many fights. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I got high concerns for Pettis. Just like Tony, I got two guys fighting this weekend that I really liked, like as like a fight fan, like over the years, and Cerrone. All three of those guys I've really liked, and I got fears for them this weekend. I don't usually watch in fear. We got Romero versus Polzini too, or Polazzi.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
Romero.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. I think. I'm not going to get too much into it. Yeah, but I think Romero gets it done.
Yeah. Yo, Cage says Congo almost got knocked out last night. Congo always almost gets knocked out or knocked out.
Congo, Pat Barry, man.
Always.
Yeah.
Now Romero, my issue with Romero is almost like against the Twitter kids, okay? Meaning that like they'll post him all jacked up because he's Romero and be like, so-and-so's fooked or whatever. Bro, like, yo, when was the last time Romero finished somebody? Is that Weidman maybe?
Hold on. It depends. Let me. Did he finish Rockhold after Weidman? Yeah, he finished Rockhold after Weidman.
All right, but like, like it's just like, just because he looks like a killer, like Romero is like really a grappler. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he disappoints almost every fight. Like the last 5 or 6 fights. Like, remember when he got cut?
Yeah.
How could he get cut? Like he was 1-5.
He's not pulling the trigger, man. He is not pulling the trigger.
Like Woodley at the end.
You can actually compare the two. In their last,
exactly.
Like Keywood, he just stopped pulling the trigger. That's exactly what Romero's been doing. He stopped pulling the trigger.
All right, so let's go. We're gonna go through real fast the undercard for the UFC. There's a lot of fights on the card. I don't know if any of them got pulled. You might know better than me. We'll go through fast the undercard. These ones I'm at 63% right now. I was at 70 almost. I've had a rough couple weeks, so don't bet on what I'm doing. But I got Newsom here over Garcia. I got a second round KO. These guys, I don't know these guys much. I just go off of what I'm looking at. And Newsom's lost too, but I think he's got more UFC experience. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Newsom.
Okay, and he's the underdog, so plus 135. Next, we got
that's good money.
We got Lupita Godiza. I can never say her name, but Godiza, and Ariana Carliasi. I'm going Godiza. She's at minus 200. She looks like if she puts two in a row, she wins, loses, wins. So I'm hoping she gets the 2 in a row. The other girl has 2 in a row from Brazil versus Mexico. I got Lupita. Who do you got?
I'm actually not going to make a pick on that one because but what's her name? She's jacked, man.
She is jacked.
But
yeah.
We
got Phil Davis dominated him. Yeah, Romero dominated Romero. Yeah. We got Lupi by decision.
I'm actually going to take. I'm going to take Lupita on that one.
Okay. He says female Paulo Costa. Well, Paulo Costa's nuts, man. He's a freaking nuts. All right, next we got Cladison Rodriguez versus CJ Varaga. It's a moderate favorite. This guy's 7-1 versus 9-3. I got Rodriguez by decision. What do you got?
I'm gonna take. Oh man, I think Rodriguez gets it done earlier than that.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes I didn't even click on the little dots here to see their finishing rates and stuff. I was quick on this week. So anyway, you have it earlier. So Rodriguez by finish.
I'm gonna say 3rd round.
Okay. Hey Cage, how do you like my shirt though? You see my shirt? Look at my shirt.
Oh, okay.
I got my Cage shirt on. All right, next up, boom. So we're going quick. So we got two more ladies. These ones are kind of cute here. Melissa Gatto and Tracy Cortez. Cortez is 9-1. She's a minus 180 versus a plus
Yeah.
150. Both are we got an 8-0 versus 8-2 versus 9-1. To have two draws in your first 10 fights is pretty interesting, actually. That's weird. I got Cortez by decision.
Yeah, I got Cortez by decision. She's looked really impressive, in her last few fights, especially with her, with her takedowns and her top control. That's Brian Ortega's girl, so I'm not going to bet against her.
Yes, yeah. So Cage
I think that's a decision. I think that's a decision too.
Cage also has that by decision, so that's good. We agree with Cage because Cage does his research more so than me. I kind of go with what I look at and sometimes my heart or my head, but Cage is like the research guy. Her wrestling be a deal breaker. Training under Cejudo and Ortega. There you go, just like you said.
Yeah.
See, you and him backing each other up. Let's go to the next one. Next one we have Andre Filio versus Cameron Van Camp. So Van Camp 15-5 from Lebanon, India. And Deerfield, Florida, out of Portugal. We got Filio. So we got 15-4, and he's they both have one loss in their last 5. I have Filio by decision. What do you got?
Dude, did you not see Fiallo just a few weeks ago? I'm going to take Fiallo by finish, man. Second round.
All right.
He's a brutal finisher. Yeah, I like Fiallo.
All right. Well, we'll see if he can get the finish. We'll see. Next, now we start getting some older dudes here. We got 35 and 38. We got we're gonna go. I don't know if you saw my tweet before. You're gonna guess the average age of the fight of the main card, which is you got some old guys on the card, and I mean you were the same age, so I'm not being age discriminatory because I'm older than the average here and older than most of these guys, but
right.
The main card is not young. All right, so we got Blagov Ivanov from Bulgaria. Bulgarians are pretty tough, man. But he's two of his last 5 versus three of his last 5 versus Marcos Rodriguez de Lima. I have de Lima winning this one. What do you got?
I got Rosario de Lima winning this one.
Okay, and he's an underdog.
Yeah, Blagoy, man, he's so hard. He's hit and miss, man. And with his age, I think I'm going to take Rosario.
Yeah, so Cage got Filio by first round KO. That's cool. That's what you're thinking. He's high octane, flashy striker. Yes. Ivanov by second round submission. I like that. Hey, I like the Bulgarians, man. Bulgaria, those dudes don't like. I remember a soccer player, Risto Stoichkov. He's vicious, like dude. Like he's just like he'll kick you in the chest mid game. He's just vicious. All right, so de Lima's lost all 6 by submission. Okay, good point there, Cage. I still got de Lima though. Next, we got Royalov versus Schnell. Matt Schnell. So Matt Schnell's 15-6. He's a plus 205, and you got Brandon Royalov. He's 29 years old versus 32 years old. 13-6. I'm going Royalov by decision. What do you got?
I mean, this could even be a contender for fight of the night, I think. I love Brandon Royval. I love Matt Schnell. It's hard for me to pick on this one, but I'm taking Royval. I think Royval, if he can put it all together, he can make a run at the flyweight title.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get to the next one here. Sorry, I was checking something there. So now we have Macy Chisholm, who looks a little different. She got a little soccer mom haircut, looks like.
Yeah.
Let's see what Cage had to say. Royval by submission. Okay. And then you got Schnell has struggled since he moved down. Okay, good points there, Cage too. So we got let's see here. We got Chatham versus Dumont. Chatham's hit or miss. Dumont 7-1. Norma. It's kind of cute, right? I'm gonna go Dumont by decision. What do you got?
No, I think Dumont gets it done, man. Her hands are amazing. Her hands have looked absolutely amazing in her last few fights. I think, Macy Chazon, I don't think she's going to be able to last all 3 rounds. Like I'm going to take a second round TKO.
You like the finishes. I like it. I like what you're about, Jay.
Norma Dumont has some of the best hands in the UFC as far as women right now. Her hands look amazing. So,
did Norma miss weight?
I don't know.
Because Cage says and she missed weight. I wonder if it's her or Chisholm. Let us know, Cage.
Are they fighting at 145 or 135? If they're fighting at 135, she may have missed weight. But why would she miss weight at 145? That that's puzzling.
What's the Sanda background is tricky. What does that mean?
I got
All right.
nothing.
Well, we'll see what happens next. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Boom. We got Francisco Trinaldo. So Trinaldo, it says he's 43. Jay, I want to dispute this. He Dumont by 3 pounds. Jeez, that's
wow.
Oh wow.
They must have been fighting at 135. If she missed at 145 by 3 pounds, yeah, that's a cuttable offense.
Wow. All right. So we got and Trinaldo's 43 in 8 months, but I think he's older than that. He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
He's a favorite. I mean, -115 to -105. I'm gonna go youth, and the youth is a 34-year-old. So I'm gonna go Danny Roberts. Trinaldo's he's durable. He's got a lot of experience. Obviously this guy's 18-5. Trinaldo can win, but I'm going Roberts. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Danny Roberts as well. I think. I don't think he gets a finish. I like the Brit in this one.
Oh, he said, I thought he was talking about my background. He's talking about the background, fighting background. Okay, there you go.
Got it.
I was confused there. I thought our backgrounds were so we got Roberts by decision by Cage. Thanks, Cage. Next.
Yeah, I think Roberts is due. I think he lost his last fight. I think he's due to win. Yeah, I think Trinaldo. I mean, he looks great at 40, whatever his age is.
Roberts has won his last 2. He went on a 2-fight losing streak, and then he's on a 2-fight winning streak.
I thought.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so next we got Randy Brown versus Chaos Williams. This could be a good one right here. The line is tight. Randy Brown's a +110 out of Jamaica, and -135 for Chaos. You gotta love that first name. He's 13-2. They both only have 1 loss for the last 5. I got Chaos Williams getting the job done now. What do you got?
Oh man, this is a tough one.
It is a tough one.
I like Randy Brown in this one. I like Randy Brown by decision.
Okay. Sounds good. Next, now we're on the main card, right? All right, so let's answer this question first before we get to that Cerrone fight. What do you think the average age of the fighters on the main card are this week? Now, Cage, if you didn't check my Twitter, I got cast by KO as well. So what do you guys think the average age of the main card is?
Okay, I haven't seen your tweet, but I'm going to say 33.
Okay, what do you think, Cage? Brown is hittable, yes. What do you think, Cage? So, Cage, give us what you think the average age is of the card, and we'll talk about this one first. I'm going to give you the answer after this fight. So we got Cerrone, and look at all that red right there. Red, draw, red. Wait, draw. Who did he draw against? Was that a win? What is that?
No, Nico Price.
Is that a draw?
Yeah, Cerrone had a draw. Lozon,
Wait, no, but he doesn't have a draw on his record. Sometimes Tapology does weird shit with those little bubbles, but
Cerrone has had a recent draw against Nico Price. Remember when Nico was cheering for the draw?
So, and Lozon, I didn't know he was in the roster still. Like when they signed this fight, I'm like, oh, did they just bring?
I didn't either. I mean, I knew he was still around, but I didn't know he was still on the roster.
I mean,
he may have signed for just this fight.
He beat what's his name? John's Pulver, bro.
Yeah. How many years ago?
Kids today don't even know who Jens Pulver is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, this and Lozon is only 37.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything on Joe Lozon over the past few years, so I don't know what he looks like now. So it's hard to
you
make.
You don't even know what he looks like.
I mean, Cerrone has amazing BJJ defense, but Lozon could get him out of there. But I don't know who to pick. This is like a Legends fight. If they created a Legends division, this would be a Legends
right.
fight.
And hey, I actually don't mind this for them because I'd rather Cerrone fight Lozon than Cerrone fight Ortega, like when he's or Sandhagen or somebody, somebody like he's not that big, but he's not one of these younger destroyer. Like even his Kazimaz at 170, these are 170. Like imagine he fought like Chimaev, like Jesus, like oh my god.
Right.
So or one of these Russians, I'd rather him fight Lozon, but I'd rather him not fight at all. So anyway,
I don't like the way that Cerrone has looked in his last few fights. You know,
Yeah.
I hate. My heart hurts me by saying this, but I think Lozon gets it done.
So Cage says Lozon doesn't look confident, but has Joe Lozon ever looked confident? I
No,
don't.
he's always been timid, man.
It looks like an
the guy.
accountant.
He's like Ryan Hall. Him, you know, they're
Yeah.
so.
I got him winning by TKO. I just think Cerrone is like, I think anything like at the end of Chuck's career. I love Chuck; he's one of my favorite fighters. The end of his career, like anything that touched him was just dangerous.
Yeah.
Like when a shoulder strike is putting you into an unconscious state.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to watch you, you know. And again, I love these Cerrone as a fighter.
I love the matchup. I think it's a perfect matchup for two guys, you know, at their age. But
yeah, we should throw Diego Sanchez in there, right?
Cerrone has gotten very stiff. I mean, I know he's been stiff. I mean, but he looks like super stiff now.
Yeah.
So
and he's like worse than Nate. I think when he steps in the octagon, he starts to bleed.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, yeah, his face has so much scar tissue on it. After that Ferguson fight,
yeah, man.
like if he just gets touched, he's gonna swell up.
All right, so the average age, ready? Cage said 34. The answer is 35.7.
Wow. And that's the main card, right?
That's the main card. So we just started doing the main card, and that's what the average age is. 35.7. I gotta say, for fighting, especially with no heavyweights on the card, right? That's pretty old. Like usually a heavyweight can stretch the age, right? Because like you peak at 35 more so, right? But
yeah.
Well, there is heavyweight. No, they're fighting light heavyweight, right? Same crew.
Yeah.
Same. So you got guys that I've seen take a lot of damage over the last couple of years. St. Preux has taken a lot of damage over the last few years, and so has Mauricio Shogun Rua. Like these guys have taken a lot of damage. Like I've seen their legs buckle to the point where I'm like, oh my God, like don't let them get hit again. But they're fighting too. They're fighting too. So St. Preux 39, and Rua is somehow younger than me and you, Jay.
Yeah, what is he? 41?
He's just 40. He's 40 years and 5 months. Me and you are older than him. So St. Preux is actually a minus 240. I think he looks a little fresher than Rua at this point, which like I mean, he was playing football when Rua was in Pride, right? So like he was doing something else, not getting knocked out by people. And Rua, again, a legend of the sport. St. Preux lives right below legends of the sport. He had a great pro career, right? They're both not really doing well in the last 5. I got St. Preux by no chin of Rua. What do you got?
Yeah, I got St. Preux by KO, TKO. First, second round.
Yeah, so, and then Cage says OSP by knockout. He said Rua is a shell of himself. Yes, like there's more left in St. Preux' shell, I believe, than Rua. But, I mean, you know.
This was on the same level as Lozon and Cerrone.
Yeah.
You know.
The crazy part is this is the ones we got to pay for. Like, and again, I like the legends. But, like, that's like paying money to watch like Bird and Magic play at 40 versus each other, which maybe I would at this point. Like, oh man, that would be awesome watching them ball, but I don't know. It's a little bit tricky that we got to pay. Now, here we go. A similar legendary type thing. I mean, Chandler has had a really nice career, 22-7, explosive guy. As we got to know him a bit more, seems like a good dude actually. You know, frat boyish, but you know, adopts kids, loves his little kids. Puts funny videos on after the fight with Justin. I think he was like kind of joking about all his damage with his kids on his face.
Yeah.
And it seems like a decent guy. He had the Baines tweets on, and the other dude's tweets on about how he would order coffee. Remember the coffee one? They did a thing.
Oh God, that tweet was just creepy, man.
It's funny. So then you got Crazy Tony. Who's just really shooting off his mouth about Dana. Is pretty interesting. He's lost 3 in a row. Chandler's lost 2 in a row, actually, believe it or not. But, you know, Chandler's fought the higher level competition. Well, I guess Ferguson has 2. He fought Oliveira, one of those, right?
Yeah, I mean, Chandler, he fought Oliveira, which, you know, he almost got him out of there. And then, you know, in the second round, he lost. That Gaethje fight was a war. looking at Tony this week, man, he is not aging well. He uh, he looks like he's aged 3 years in the past year. I don't like this fight for Tony Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know the best thing to see would be the best Tony Ferguson, the best version of Tony Ferguson, the guy that went on his 12-fight win streak. Can he do that now? How old is he? 39?
38.
38? No, but I just don't like this fight for Tony.
Let me ask you this, Jay. Like Tony, I saw him walking out in a wrestling stance. And Chandler has a wrestling base, but Chandler wants to knock you out. Could you foresee, like, all right, I know guys age, and like, remember the catching of the flies? Justin Gage was telling you, like, I felt like something changed in Tony when he didn't get knocked out, but was catching imaginary things. I thought his brain was getting scrambled.
Yeah.
Do you think that Tony will try to wrestle or choke or just not get into a war and try to like do something different?
I mean, I know Tony. He was a great wrestler in college, no doubt. But Michael Chandler, I mean, I've seen him wrestle with Usman. The guy. Yeah, I don't like this fight for Tony. I don't. I don't think it ends well for him. I think he's durable for maybe a round and a half. So I think Chandler's going to get him out of there maybe end of the second round, beginning of the third round.
Yeah. So I see it going two ways. And Cage says Tony's never been a good defensive fighter. Finally caught up to him. Yeah, and I feel like the way he's talking about Dana, he's talked about Dana probably to Dana, because I don't think Tony's a guy to talk behind somebody's back. I think Dana might have set this up like a murder. Like who's the guy that could do the most damage to Tony that he has on the roster right now, damage wise? Like that's not named Justin Gaethje. Like who in the division? Like if Oliveira beats you, he's gonna maybe like TKO you, get you in the corner, elbow, or choke you, like, or just ride you out like he did to Tony, right? Just kind of laid on him. But like Chandler, if he gets a hold of you, like it's like Gaethje, like you are damaged, Jay. So
yeah,
I could see a walk off by Chandler where, and again, Tony's tough. Tony doesn't get floored. But this is different Tony. This is older Tony. This is post Justin Tony. I only see Tony winning by grabbing a guillotine or something weird. Yeah. And I could see him getting walked off. And I don't mind a walk-off knockout, Jay. I think the walk-off is better than him taking like extra shots after he gets trying to survive. I almost want a walk-off.
Yeah. I mean, Tony walks through fire, man. And he's going to try to walk through fire in this one. And that's why I don't like this fight.
Yeah.
Remember the memes that you used to see, like what people looked like after they fought Tony Ferguson?
Yeah.
That's the Tony that I hope we see. And I hope we get a war like, Chandler Gaethje. That would be amazing. But I just don't like it for Tony.
Yeah.
His mindset this week, he's angry, even though he says he's level and everything. But you heard all that talk about him and the UFC and fighter pay. He's angry. He's coming in here angry, even though he says that he's not. I like nothing about this fight for Tony Ferguson.
And the funny part is, no, it's not funny, but you got Chandler who's like walking around like a company man, right? And then you got the anti-company man talking shit. It's kind of a weird matchup. You got the company guy coming to destroy the guy who's talking about the company. So like in that respect is interesting. Again, just like Pettis, just like Cerrone, just like Rua, just like I'm like afraid for these legends in some of these fights, especially in this one. I might be the most worried because Chandler's got the most destructive power in his hands, right? All right. So next we have the title fight that both made weight, I believe. Rose versus Carla, and they fought before. Carla beat her when Rose was little, young, still with Pat Barry, of course, though. We talked about this on the reaction show that Carla's improved, Rose is improved. I'm actually going Esparza, and this is a bold pick by me by decision. I think it's a matchup situation. Like Wei Li is a good matchup for Rose. Joanna is actually a good matchup for Rose. Rose is like a little bigger. I feel like overall. I feel like Joanna is a little smaller. And you know, I just think this is like a real grappler versus Rose, and I somehow think Esparza is going to pull this out, man. And like, I don't like a wrestling champ per se because they're not the most exciting, but I think it's a matchup situation. What do you got?
Look, there's no doubt Esparza looks better than she ever has. Like when Rose and Carla fought the first time, it's going to be a completely different fight. Now, remember what I said when we had the reaction show the other day? Rose is deceivingly big. She has she's long. She's very long for strawweights. She has good takedown defense, but she also has amazing BJJ. So if you're betting money on this fight, the good bet would be to bet on Carla. But I think Rose gets it done. Trevor Whitman is my favorite coach, and he always has the right game plan, and he's done it for except for whenever she got dropped on her head. She was having she was piecing Andrade up for 2 rounds, and they got dropped on her head. Rose always has the perfect game plan. She's one of my favorite fighters, and I know that may be a little bit of bias, but it's going to be a great fight. I don't see either woman. I'm gonna take Rose by decision.
And you got to stick by your girl. I'm cool with that. Cage is probably surprised that I have this pick as well because I don't think many people have this pick, but we both have Esparza by decision. And then again, Esparza could get beat by Wei Li or Joanna, but I think this is a matchup. We'll see though. All right, last one. We have the title fight. That look at the scale there I put there. You see it?
Yeah.
That's the scale because Charles Oliveira has been stripped of the belt, right? Because missing. So we have not seen this often. This seems maybe never. We're not really sure, but like it's gonna be up to Justin to win the belt from Charles, and Charles will not retain the belt if he wins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's how it could go for Charles. If Charles wins the fight, he'll get another opportunity at the belt, no question. He's just got to make weight. But as of right now, he has been stripped of the lightweight title, which is man, I couldn't even imagine going into a fight the caliber of the UFC with the mindset that I just lost my belt and I haven't even fought yet.
Especially versus Justin.
And I think that's gonna change the fight dramatically. Like it's not going to be as exciting as we thought it was going to be. I want him to prove me wrong. I just it's unprecedented. We've never seen this before, and it's going to be fascinating to see. But I'm going to take Justin by KO second round.
Yeah, so I made this slide prior to the weight miss. Then I added the weight thing. What is do you know what the odds have changed with after the weight miss? Like going off of what you're thinking.
Well, I haven't seen any of that. All I saw was
Cage might have that. Cage, if you could put the odds in there now, and and say if they've changed, because before the weight miss, I had Oliveira by submission in the third, thinking that he could weather the storm and then figure it out. So thinking it did happen too, yes, but we did talk about this, Cage. That was for an interim belt, and then he had to beat Benavidez twice, right?
Yeah.
So I think
he didn't have the belt at the time.
Yeah, because that's what I said.
This is when Cejudo walked away,
right?
And then they had Benavidez and Figgy missed. But then he beat Benavidez controversially after the headbutt, and then the second one was just absolutely brutal.
And really, if DC never missed weight at 205, why are these guys missing weight at all? Like I feel like
DC missed weight at 205. I've watched Towelgate so many times.
Oh, Towelgate, right, when he's shaking.
Yeah. No, when he was pushing down on the towel. Yeah, but I mean, technically he didn't miss weight, but in his heart he knew he missed weight. Yeah, that was. But yeah, I hope this doesn't take away from the fight. I hope we still get a very exciting fight, and I think Gaethje needs to win this because I don't want to see a vacant belt. I don't want to see
Right.
Connor. I don't, you know, I mean, Dustin would come back into the picture, which wouldn't be wrong. You know
Right.
what I mean? But, if
Yeah.
you look at the top five right now, I mean, Makachev is, I mean, yeah, if Oliveira wins, it'll be Makachev versus Oliveira in the next fight, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I would love to see Justin just get a piece of a belt because Dustin couldn't do it, but it'd be nice if Justin did it. Odds were taken down. Wow, Cage.
Yeah.
So I guess they're going to have to re-look at this Vegas because the odds I have up here are prior, and the odds I have are slight favor for Oliveira and an underdog for Gaethje. I bet that will shift.
I guarantee you that's flip flop. It is gonna flip flop if it
Yeah.
hasn't already.
So I have Oliveira by submission round 3, but I might change that in my Tapology. I don't know yet. But again, we're reporting that he's been stripped of the belt. So it's Justin's belt to get. It's Charles's. Yeah. Charles needs to win to even get a chance to defend it again. Like it won't be a defense. It'll be him trying to win the belt from the middle. Nobody will have it if he wins. It'll just be him going for the. It won't be the interim either, though, right? It'll be going back for him to try to get it.
Yeah, it'll just be a vacated belt.
Vacated belt, right? So I had Oliveira by submission third round. You had Gaethje by first or second round knockout.
I'm gonna say I want to say just first round now because I think he's just gonna come in, chop his legs down, and just get him out of there. Yeah, I'm gonna take first round. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna say first round KO.
So he's got Gaethje was plus. Yeah, that's what I have on the screen, plus 145. And then Islam is in talks to fight Darush. Darush is a dangerous man. I get Darush confused with the guy from Bellator, the Dutch guy Mousasi. For some reason, Darush and Mousasi, those guys' records are really good.
Well, they're making Makhachev fight Darush because when what happened in the last one when RDA, the RDA situation where Makhachev said, "Yeah, I'll fight you, RDA," and then it turned out that he backed out of the fight, and then Dana White's like, "Ah, so you're going to fight Darush anyway." So I like it. I like that matchup.
And, it looks like Dana, from what Cage says, is a punishment if you watch. And this goes with what you're saying, Cage. I mean, Jay. Rumor has it that if Charles wins, they will have Darush fight Islam, like you said, for the interim belt. Then the winner fights Charles for the real belt.
That makes sense.
They love throwing the interim belt out to somebody. They love doing it. Like why do an interim belt there? Just have them fight, like you said, and winner gets Charles. Like why is there an interim belt? I guess there has to be a belt to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. It's still going to be a good night, man.
If Justin wins, then we don't have to worry about any of this crap. Nope. So that would be nice. Nope. Anyway, hey, I told you 30 minutes. I got you to 38. We did it. And everybody have a great fight weekend because you got Friday, you got PFL tonight, Kayla Harrison. You got Bellator tonight as well. You got the old dudes fighting on there, and then you have the UFC tomorrow. So pop in. I'll probably be in maybe Jason. Go ahead.
You also got Canelo and Bivol fighting tomorrow night
and
too.
Canelo, thank you. So and I'll probably be in maybe J Spec Spaces earlier. Go check out J Specs, I'll be at Rush Hour MMA for a little bit, and then I'll be on my own watching the the rest of it. So Bellator's on now.
Yeah. I'll be watching it at my desk, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right,
I'm gonna have to jump off here, man.
Yeah. Hey Jay, I'll see you later, Jay. Thanks for coming on, and I'll see you again soon. All right, bud.
Hey, thank you, brother. We'll see you.
Good fight night. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let's see here. I'm going to remove that, and hey, everybody enjoy the fight weekend. I love it. It's a great time to be a fan. So I will see you guys. Hopefully our picks work out. Good luck betting if you're betting, and I'll see you guys after the fight night weekend.